Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about bone morphogenetic protein. So this is very important topic. In 1965, Marcel Urist implanted bovine demineralized bone matrix intramuscularly in rats and rabbits and noted ectopic bone production at the implantation site. So he attributed the process to presence of bone matrix protein, which chemotactically attracted pluripotent mesenchymal cells and induced bone formation locally. So there are several steps present in this process. So for that is osteoinduction, which is a biological response where chemical mediators induce recipient stem cells into to differentiate into mature bone forming cells, and osteogenesis happen, and osteoconduction, which provide a scaffold. So here is a video where you presented by infused bone graft. There are another thing that is OP1 and infuse, the two things which approved by FDA. Infuse, it is having bone morphogenic protein too. So here they have shown how it is used. So here the picture you can see that is a collagen sponge, and in this picture you can see there is a reduction of the bony height. It's where because of prolonged absence of tooth, the pneumatization of the sinuses will be seen, because the sinus layer will come down. So here the sinus lifting procedure has to be performed, and for that there is a lateral cavitated wall is formed. So there are several steps. This is a window. For adequate window, osteotomy wall is there to remove all the lateral maxillary wall. And in this tray, you can see the absorbable collagen sponge, where the bone morphogenic protein, that is RhBMP2 molecule, is being injected. And after the injection of the RhBMP molecule properly, you can that has to be kept for 15 minutes, 15 to 120 minutes soak time, and then after that it has to be implanted in the site. So the implantation, there are several steps, that is peri-implantation process, and here's the step by step. They have placing the collagen sponge, and it is held with a holder, so that the material should not get dry, or the material should not squeezed out. And how it happens? So upon implantation, the stem cells and other bone forming cells migrate to the RhBMP site. Here you can see the animated version where, and in this environment, this provide they will start multiplying, and this bone forming multiplication will happen, and they will bind to the specific receptor and induce the osteoblast formation, and osteoblasts produce mineralized tissue and stimulate new blood vessels within the absorbable collagen sponge. Now this absorbable collagen sponge will later on keep on progressing, and in between the microvascularization, neovascularization will be happening, and that will later on will produce a hard bone, and the bone height will increase, and you can place implant at the site. So the basic thing is the placement of the implant. Now there are several contraindications are also present, where the RhBMP2 should not be used. Like in the pregnant woman, it should not be, because there is no study performed in the pregnant woman. Now there are different clinical pictures which I have collected from the article, where you can see the first picture, there is a cavitated area, and the cavitated area later on, which was infused bone graft, was placed, and that was healed. And there is a sinus lifting procedure was performed by performing a buccal corridor, and later on the absorbable collagen sponge with RhBMP2 was placed, and it was healed nicely, and the bone height also has increased. Now here we can see there are a few implant placement. So the implant was placed, and later on it was that circumscribed with the infused bone graft, and the demineralized bone matrix was placed, and on top of it was covered nicely, so that later on it healed properly. It is not only used that way in the neonatal or in the cleft fistula, that it is used, and later on it has shown very effectiveness where the cleft has reduced and bone formation occurred in that area. So bone morphogenic protein has quite broad spectrum of usage in the field of craniomaxillofacial surgery, orthopedic surgery and periodontal surgery. So that's all for today. Thank you. I hope you all like the video. Thank you.